Hi, let's talk a little bit more about kits today, shall we? Stay tuned. Well, it's Saturday. I've got college football on TV. I've got my Mountain Dew. Um, it's a great day. It's a beautiful fall Saturday here in Colorado. So today I wanted to readdress the issue of kids. Now, a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of videos ago, rather, I did a video and I talked about kits and I showed some of the different cigar box guitar kits that I'd built, and you know, from MGB, um, and I kind of talked about those kits and just some of the little different aspects of them, and I encourage kids, right? I encouraged it in that video. I said, I think that kits are great. I still believe that wholeheartedly. So last night, my daughter and I, we went out to Guitar Center. I got a little wild hair, and I got me a new kit. Now, this is the Hinkler Electric Blues Box guitar, right? Now, um, Del Puckett did a video on one of these kits sometime back. I'm not sure exactly when, but he built one of these kits, and so I kind of I don't know. His review of it wasn't that great. Me personally, I don't know. Um, I read reviews, I pay attention to them. Sometimes I'll make decisions, but anyway, I decided I'd build me one of these kits because there is actually kind of a larger point that I'd like to address in this video. Now, it might not be this video. This might turn out to be a two-parter because I'm limited to 30 minutes of recording time on any of these videos. But anyway, so like I said, Del Puckett wasn't too thrilled with the kit. If Dell's not thrilled, it might not be the most thrilling thing in the world, but I wanted to I wanted to lay hands on one of these kits and just kind of see my thoughts on it, right? Because like I said, kits are a great way to get started, get your feet wet, um, you know, and so yeah, I mean, I think that can be a great thing. Now, one problem that I do want to kind of address though with kits is some people they'll lay hands on a kit, right, and they'll build it, and they will then get on eBay or whatever their favorite marketplace site is, and they will talk about totally handmade, 100% handcrafted cigar box guitar, right? And what they did was they got a kit and they simply assembled it, right? They simply put it together, did nothing else with it. Like for instance, this is a ukulele kit that I built a couple of weeks ago, right? It's actually MGB's latest ukulele kit, or one of his latest. It's a soprano, as you were, a concert ukulele kit, but it is a deluxe version. So let me see if I can find the right one here. Um, See, that's going to be the tenor. Um, yeah, baritone. You know, let's see. I believe this one's the right one. I could be wrong, but anyway, you'll see a few differences in these kits, right? This one here actually has the binding, and the headstock's a little bit different shape. But anyway, so with these kits, what I've done, and you just see my chair there while I'm absent. But but what I've done is I've taken these kits and I've put stain on them. I've done a little finishing and whatnot. So if I wanted to sell that thing, right? And like I said in my last videos on those Ute kits that I built, I might charge like $5 an hour for the labor that went into it, right? Well, some people will take a kit like this Hinkler, and they'll simply throw it together, do nothing else with it, and they will then call it good, right? You know, and say, "Oh, it's homemade, right? I built this thing." Well, yeah, you took it out the package and you assembled it, you know, and okay, it might have taken you half an hour, 45 minutes, but you did nothing else with it. So, kind of what I wanted to do with this kit was wanted to see how long it would take to put it together. It looks pretty simple. It's got some strings. Looks like all wound strings. Um, it's got some little ferrules. Let's see. Ah, it's got threaded bolts for use as a bridge and a nut. Hey, I was pulling one out of my playbook, or maybe I pulled one out of their playbook. I don't know. It's got some. It's got a CD in here and a nice little book. Um, this book actually, yeah, it's got looks like some how-to stuff in it. Um, exercises. Um, some different playing techniques, and then it's actually looks like it's got a how-to assemble in it. Um, it lists the track list for what's on the CD. Let's see what else. All right, talks about the parts of it. Um, it's got an introduction. So it goes to page 3, and then I'm looking at page 6. So where's 4 and 5, right? Um, about the blues box guitar and about the brief history of the cigar box guitar. So looks like a pretty informative little book. And then it's got the neck and box already assembled. Now I can already tell you this box, I'm not a fan of those acoustics. It's looks like a cardboard box, fairly cheaply made. Um, through body neck, so that's pretty cool. If I understand it right, it's got a little pickup jack, so I think it's probably got a little piezo under the hood here. So this should actually go together real quick. I'm not even going to read the instructions because I think I can pretty much figure out what I need to do to put it together. Oh, and it's the fret lines are painted on. So one thing I forgot to get out of this box, and I've seen it, got a little glass slide. So the way this thing is intended to play, looks like, is you're going to slide. You're going to do the slide technique, right? So instead of actually like what I like to do is I like to come along and do bar chords, but instead you do the bar chords with the slides. So reviews I've read said the action is kind of high on this. So let's see how this goes. First things first, I think we're gonna, let's see, it is 11:21 a.m. Let's see how long it takes to assemble this. I've got 20 minutes of recording time left. So I might need to get a little pair of pliers or maybe my little fret hammer here in a minute. So yeah, let's see if I've got my pliers up here. Good. Let's see if I can get the pliers to cooperate. Now, honestly, these string ferrules you don't necessarily have to put in. They do make it a little easier. But or they do kind of help preserve the strings a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just bite the bullet and grab my fret hammer out of here. If I remember which drawer I put it in. Sometimes I'm smart, sometimes not so much. Here we go. Let's see if I can kind of get this started here a little bit. Whoa, wait a second. Before I'm going to do this, and this is why you always check the quality, ladies and gentlemen. You can't see there, but that rivet wasn't punched out all the way. That could be a problem. So now I'm going to have to find a little tool, see if I can get down in there and punch that out, and if not, that won't be usable. But yeah, so it looks like we won't use those ferrules after all. So this is gonna make this thing even easier to assemble. Um, the tuners are already assembled and mounted now. You'll see the way they got it here, right? These two tuners here are assembled correctly. This one, even though you can do it, the reality is that this headstock probably should have been designed a little bit with a little bit more length to it, and this tuner here should have been mounted over here with the gear actually facing down towards the tail of the instrument. But it is what it is. So again, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of that method, but hey, whatever. I paid a whopping $49 even last night at Guitar Center, and that was after rounding up. So looks like we'll go ahead and just kind of string this bad boy up. Let's see if I can find my little string nips here, because those will definitely come in handy here in just a second. And I really did have those out the other night. They're conveniently right here in front of my face. cutting into my video time. All right. So you're gonna take this thickest string, and they're actually labeled pretty good. Third, fourth, and fifth. So so if you took a regular 6 string guitar, which I don't have any down here handy at the moment, um, but you basically take um, you basically take the A string, which is what this is, and then the D string and the G string. Now, with this A string, we're going to tune this to open G here in a minute. So, um, so what we're going to do is, if I can get this string to go through this hole. There we go. What we'll do is we'll tune the A down to G. I'm not sure I trust this with attention. Come along. Now with these steel string guitars, you want to come along and you want to give yourself about 4 fingers from the fretboard. Come along, come from the inside, wrap this thing around the tuner post. I always like to give it a good tight, and then you want to come and give it a crease like that, right? Back over. All right. And then you want to turn the string counterclockwise. All right. Just to start getting a little tension on it. And you want to kind of press down up here a little bit to make sure that that it stays down and doesn't flip up over the top of that tuner post. I like to actually kind of grab the string a little bit like this and pull and kind of give it a little bit of tension. That kind of keeps it pushed down a little bit. And right now I'm not trying to get this up to pitch. I'm just trying to get a little tension on it. Um, yep, it's got a little tension. I've got it enough. I'll go ahead and snip the end, toss them there. Now, likewise, you're going to come along with the middle string, which should be the second thickest string. Go ahead and unwind him. I like the color of the strings. They're phosphor bronze. So wouldn't put a magnetic pickup on this thing. Now, this one is going to go all the way up to the top tuner, and I'll be honest with you. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure, but I think probably we're going to go in from this side. You want to be careful with it. Make sure that it doesn't get crossed up under that other string. And again, 4 fingers. Come down, come underneath the string. Make sure you avoid going over this tuner post like I'm doing here. Wrap it all the way around that post. Get it good and tight, or as tight as you can get it. Come back over and give it a good bend. Now this one, because you want to go counterclockwise. So looks like I'm going to just treat this one as though this tuner were mounted right, and I'm going to for right now until I see I need to do different. I'm going to go as though I were um, turning this tuning peg towards the tail of the guitar. I'm not even sure how much, if any, difference it would actually make at this point in the game. So, so we'll see. We'll get a little tension on it. See how it feels. And again, you're not necessarily trying to crank it down to get in pitch yet. You're you're just really just trying to get a little tension. I think now I can probably go ahead and insert my my little nut here, my bolt that is a nut, because that should actually help me get a little. It should actually help me with string spacing. And see, I'm already crossed up. So you gotta be real careful with that, right? Don't let your strings get crossed. All right. Go ahead and snip this end off here. Now we'll go ahead and take my final string. I'm not even sure what the scale length is supposed to be on this thing. Might be me look here in the book and see. And see. Um, Bridge. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. It says take the bridge piece of threaded rod and slip it under the string at the other end, centered over the cross to cover the words bridge and bridge. Okay. So, okay. So the bridge is actually supposed to go down here at the tailpiece itself. So we'll go ahead and put him there. All right. Go ahead and take this string and go ahead and take this string and pop it through and get it started. Now at this point in the game, when I'm stringing, I'll go ahead and turn it so that way the neck is now on my right hand side, just because I find it a little bit easier to work with when I'm working on um, the treble side of the guitar. And again, same thing, come through from the inside. Um, Give it about 4 fingers. Bring the string back under itself, but not under the other 2 strings. Wrap it tight around the post. Kink it back over. And then again, you're turning the head counterclockwise, so you're going to be turning the knob towards the tail of the guitar. And like I said, I keep a little bit of tension until this thing starts wrapping. And then I will bring it down. All right. So I'll go ahead now. Looks like I got enough tension. I'll go ahead and snip this. So I'm at about 25 minutes right now. So we'll go ahead and cut this bad boy loose. And then we'll make this a two-parter. So I'll come back in the next video. We'll get my little Fender tuner here. We'll tune it up and we'll see how she goes. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment, and we will see you.